So today I'm gonna do a video that's been highly requested, and it's gonna be all about those shelves and the books that are in them. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say, what I'm supposed to show, what I'm supposed to be doing. So I guess I'll just explain to you how things are organized on here, and maybe we'll show you a few books that I like, especially. I suppose this one is like the foreign literature but translated into French, aka all the languages that I don't speak, aka most of the languages on earth. And I've tried to organize them so that countries are together. So like start with like what's German, and then you have what's like Eastern Europeanish, and then Russian, and then okay, all of that is kind of Russian. And then you have Italian, have a few ones that are Asian, I suppose. And this very little part here is nothing really. It's like books that are kind of really classified. It's about the Bible and astrology and meditation and that sort of stuff, even though I have a few here which are kind of similar. Here are my big books. So some of them are gifts from my sister, for example. This one is actually a gift from my sister, and it's about Japanese paintings. I have one that's like a photography book by a Japanese photographer. I have the book of the 70s. I have the book of poetry, a Polaroid book, another poetry one. I have like a psychoanalysis dictionary, books about Japan, Russia, Venice. I also have those two books which I got for very cheap, and I haven't read them yet, but it's about Japanese theater, if you are familiar with that at all, like No, for example. Here are books that I don't really know. I guess here are things that are not literature, I guess. Yeah, okay, all of that actually is like not literature. So you have history, linguistics, sociology, philosophy, and that's about it really, and psychoanalysis as well. You have Freud, and you have books about spiritism. You also have books about hysteria and mental illnesses, and you have books about the history of Eastern Europe during communism, and things about Palestine, and yeah, Nietzsche and Schopenhauer and that kind of stuff. And here is my favorite part. So that's like the French literature, and this is organized by the name of the authors. I have some of my absolute favorite books on this shelf, but the thing is I don't have enough space anymore. Books are the one I bought recently and I haven't read yet, even though this one I have read. I just need to reread it. And you have this book which I think is really pretty, and that's Madame Bovary. You also have my favorite book, which is L'Éducation Sentimentale, right here. And I'd love to get my hands on a beautiful edition of that one. That'd be lovely. I also have this one, which is lovely as well, and it's the same edition as Madame Bovary. And it's Crime and Punishment. Is it how it's translated in English, I suppose, by Dostoevsky. And here, okay, so here you have books in English, I think. Yeah, so it's literature and non-literature. So you have things that go from Jane Eyre to Stephen King to the complete works of Kafka in English, for example, or Edward Said's work, to Poe and Tolkien and books about veganism. My favorite on here are probably Frankenstein and the Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Also got recently this one, which is How the French Think. I don't even know if you can see me. Yeah, hopefully you can see me better. So this one, How the French Think, I haven't finished it yet, but that sounds really interesting. Those are the books I haven't read yet. They're like veganism, vegetarianism related. So I have the religious vegetarianism, I have speciesism, painism and happiness, animals and women, making a killing, the meat market, and the China study. And I also have Whole right here. Those books are really interesting, not the most like enjoyable reads obviously because they're not literature, but they're definitely interesting. You have some of my favorite writers, so you have Wilde and Poe. I really like both of them. I also really like, where is it? I have some poems by Sylvia Plath. Then you have this one, which was recommended by a viewer actually, and it's called The Lair of the White Worm, and it's written by Bram Stoker, who is the guy that wrote Dracula, which is one of my favorite books. Here is the Japanese and a little bit of Korean. So everything here is Japanese literature. So those books are not literature, it's about history, I suppose. So like you have something about society in Japan, and you have things about the role and what Japan did during the Second World War. And then you have books by different authors, by Natsume Soseki, Motojori Kaji, Murakami Ryu Murakami, that I don't like. However, Hayashi Kawakami, Ishiguro Ogawa, and different people. And I have this book which I think is really pretty, and I haven't read it yet. This one I need to read it. And also here are books that I could not put anywhere else. I have a lot of Stephen King, who is maybe one of my favorite writers. And you have a book that's called The Agenda, a Zero Tolerance Guide to the Media. It's really interesting. It's about feminism, and you have the 80-10-10 diet, which I obviously don't follow, but that was interesting to read nonetheless. And here are my books about languages, aka 90% Japanese. So you have different books that are designed to help you study Japanese, be it kanji, grammar, vocabulary, exercises, reading. What else do I tell you? Here I have a few little bottles of different stuff. That's alcohol as well. What else? Here are perfumes. Like that's my absolute favorite perfume, but like it's a man one, but it's still really nice. I have some coins from different places in the world. Jewelry. Oh, I have this book, which I haven't shown you, but I've shown this book in another video. That's a prayer book, and it's very, very old. I like it a lot. It comes from my aunt. That's a lovely one. I need to get myself a Bible. I have a beautiful Bible back home, well, home at my mom's place, but I haven't brought it back with me because it's really heavy. I think that's it. That was my little video about my books and my shelves. Yeah, maybe that area. This one is a gift from my Japanese friend. It's a beautiful book. This one is an atlas of the world. This one is a poetry book. And yeah, I have my collection of little Christ, and that's about it really. And some sand from Italy and from Japan. Hopefully you enjoy watching this video, guys. I don't know if you can see my head, and I will talk to you later. Bye!